very few people think about, well, why do we have 7 days in a week, or why are the months the length they are? Why are the years numbered the way they are? Is there such thing as a perfect calendar? There's lots of people who come up with ideas for what they believe to be better calendars. And I've got to say, in almost every case, one can find a fallacy in their system. I mean, I could certainly suggest to you a better calendar in various ways, but it ain't going to happen. We're so reliant now on software and everything else that we saw what fuss there was over the year 2000 bug and so on, and actually change our dating system. I just can't see it happening. There's all sorts of reasons not to change from, say, 7-day weeks. People say, oh, why don't we have a 5-day week or a 10-day week, make it decimal? And it's not going to happen. There are all sorts of reasons why not, which are vested in religious beliefs and so on. And people talk about, oh, well, why can't we have a scientifically more accurate calendar? And I know what they mean as a scientist. However, the calendar we use as the everyday, every year standard globally, very often a Gregorian calendar, although that's technically incorrect. But that system is very much based on religion. And for religious reasons, I don't think that is going to get changed anytime. There has been lots and lots and lots of discussion about this sort of thing. I love being in libraries and just taking semi-random books, but we follow the Dewey Decimal System, like mathematics and physics and so on, started around about 500. So that's the kind of region which I'm looking on the Dewey Decimal System. As I go on down, I come to 520, 523 is things like astronomy and space science, which is my particular area. Then when I just go along another couple of meters on the shelf, I find there's books about calendars. There's navigation and then calendars. And if I look at the books about calendars, if the serials, that is the journals, are there as well, I'll come against a thing which is called the Journal of Calendar Reform, no longer published because the people gave it up. In fact, the person who was funding the Journal of Calendar Reform, in essence, was George Eastman of the Eastman Kodak Company, who was very keen on calendar reform. And I'm talking here about, 50, 60, 70 years ago. And really, there was a lot of activity in the middle of the 20th century in discussions about, should we have a new calendar? Can we make something more logical, scientific, and so on? And in the end, it was realized there are just too many, I shouldn't call them vested interests, but, there's so many religious considerations in terms of the way in which calendars are set up. And again, although very few people realize it, our calendar, this Gregorian calendar, which people, say we use, that's all based on Easter. It's a religious calendar. It's based on Easter. It's all based around regularizing the date of Easter. It happens to do that in a very much second-rate way, but it's all based around Easter. And that's the way it is. Like I said, I have no religious bent myself at all. I'm just reflecting the facts and history, if you like.
Okay, how was it based around Easter? What was the motive for doing that, and why did they do that?
Well, I mentioned Julius Caesar earlier on. If we go back to what was called the Julian calendar, it still is called the Julian calendar. It still is used by various religions. So, for example, Eastern Orthodox religions still use Easter. So Christmas Day on the Gregorian calendar, which we use, as I say, as the everyday standard around the world, December the 25th, we say, but they're December the 25th, and therefore Christmas coincides actually with January the 7th on our everyday calendar. And that's why people from Eastern Orthodox religions will be celebrating Christmas 11 days later. So that's a difference between the Julian calendar